the cycle of 99% of people. So the cycle goes like this. People want money, they don't do the work to get the money, and then they complain that they don't have money. This is exactly how it works. Everyone wants money. There's not a single person who doesn't want money. But then, here comes the part. People complain. They don't do the work to actually get the money, because you need to do work to get money. You want to be rich, you're going to have to do a lot of work, a consistent amount of work every single day, day in and day out, grinding. They don't do that. And then they complain that they don't have money, because nobody wants to work. Everything just wants handouts and easiness. And that's just not how life works. Anything substantial is going to come from hard work. It's not going to come from lounging around, easiness. Like, it's just not going to come from that. And that's the life that I want. A hard life. I don't want an easy life. I want a life that's hard. I want to get rejected. I want to push through hard times. I want to challenge myself every single day. This is what you should want. You shouldn't want things to be easy. Like, you should want to challenge your body every single day. You should want to challenge your mind every single day. You should want to challenge yourself to get better every single day, because this is what makes life truly worth living. If everything was easy and you just got handouts all day, every day, oh, I want this, I got it. I want this, I got it. I want this, I got it. Like, you wouldn't appreciate, like, it wouldn't, like, you need to work for these things. Like, it has to become like a betterment of, like, every single day that you live your life. Like, look, I'm going to work on this to get better at it every single day. And I'm going to work at this to get better at this every day. And I'm going to work at this to get better at this every day. Like, you shouldn't just, because if you just got things, if you just handed things as a handout, you didn't do any work to get them, you wouldn't appreciate them, and then you would take them for granted. If you had a Bugatti, if you just got it tomorrow, like the difference is like, I mean, obviously this is like the lottery story. People win the lottery, they have all this money, and then they go broke after that. And it happens all the time because they don't know how money works, they don't know how investments work, they don't know how to spend their money. They haven't built the habits, because everything in your life is habits. So, and it's just so much better, obviously, like when you build this skill set to do something, that you can just get it instantly, as opposed to just getting something. I'd say, well, let me explain that better. When you've done something over and over and over and over again, and you become really, really good at doing it, like, it just becomes second nature. As opposed to if you never do it, you never practice, you never do it, and then you just get it or something. Like, you just get it, somebody gives it to you, and you didn't work for it, then it's just like you just don't appreciate it as much. You just, like, you take it for granted. It's like, whatever. But if you work for it, if you did the work, you put in work, you put in time, you put in effort, like, you really have to, like, look at your life right now, look at your life, and look at your goals, and then ask yourself, am I doing the work required to achieve these goals? And if the answer is no, then you know what you need to do. You need to put in the work every single day, the action steps every single day to get to that end result. And then what I've found is, even if I don't reach the goal, if I do the work required, I'm happy, because I know that I'm putting my effort in. As opposed to if I know that I could have done something and I didn't do it. I know I worked at my goal, but I didn't do it. I chose the option of not working towards my goal instead of working towards my goal. Like, that's where the unhappiness comes in, is when you're choosing to not do something that you know you can do, and you're not choosing to do it. That's where unhappiness comes in. As opposed to when you're doing the work required, even if you don't achieve the end result, because it's not about the end result. It's about the process and putting in work every day. Even if you don't achieve the end result, it doesn't matter, because I put in the work. I'm doing what's required for me to get to the end result. I mean, because if you just think about the money, just think about the money, it's like, okay, what are the action steps required every day to get the money? That's what you need to think about. What are the action steps every day to get the money? That's way more important than, a certain amount of money, because money is just materialistic. It's just like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that it's the action steps required to get the money is more important. It's way more beneficial than the money itself. Like, I specifically remember Wes Watson saying something along the lines of, push-ups are more important than the Bugatti. because the push-ups is like, it's a process. Like, it's the process. Like, the daily actions that's required is way more important. Wes Watson said something along the lines of like, the man who's more concerned with the process rather than the end result. I remember him saying that. And it sticks to me to this day, and I'm going to share it with you right now. So I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.